We've got a lot of hands-on exercises. And an important point here is we're learning about both the good and the bad. As an example here, um, this was an image that I asked ChatGPT to create that was like explaining like how in some ways AI is great and in other ways AI is not great. It's lame. And it made this diagram for me, and I'm like, that is so cool. And then I look at it, I'm like, there's a typo. It misspelled AI on the right. And what's weird is I asked AI, then I gave it the same image and I said, what does this say in it? And it correctly extracted the left side says AI is so lame, and the right side says A is so great. Like it knew what the text was, but it didn't create the correct text when it made the image. And this is part of what I call the jagged edge of AI. And what other people coined this term, but it's so true. There are some things where you're like, well, what the heck? I'll try AI on this. And it nails it. And you can't believe the great job it did. And there are other things where you're like, this is really simple. You ask AI to do it, and it totally swing and a miss. And that's that jagged edge between where AI is great and where AI is not great, where it's lame. That jagged edge is moving constantly too with every single release of a new model by these AI companies. So one of the challenges is you try something with AI and it doesn't work well. You have to remember and be curious about it so that in 3 months you try it again. Because this time it's almost always going to be better. And sometimes it goes from bad to great in that short amount of time. All right. So what are we not doing here? Because often, especially with a class, there's so much we could talk about here. What are the few things that, what are the things we're talking about? I just covered. What are the things we're not talking about? That's an important aspect too. And a key point is this is not an AI fanboy class, right? I'm not here to sing the praises of AI. I'm here to try and explain how you can use it effectively and where it's effective and where you need to be careful about it. We're also not doing a deep dive into technology, right? This is not like how to program your own chatbot. We're not doing that here. There's also this whole aspect to AI about like using it to generate images and songs and movies and so many amazing things. Way too much. We're not going into that here. Um, and this is a really important point. We're not talking about business processes here. Like I get this a lot when I talk to nonprofits about AI. They're like, okay, can we design an updated business process for like, I don't know, processing grant applications? This is a like bigger community foundations. And I'm like, no, for a couple of reasons. One is that's not scalable for me because I'd have to spend so much time understanding their current processes and what works and what doesn't work. That doesn't work for me scaling. But the other issue, and it's a really important one, is that AI is changing so fast that whatever business process you put in place today, like you spend time consulting, whatever, and you're like, this is the way, in 3 months, it's probably not the way. In fact, I don't know if it was GT, some big company, Procter and Gamble, did an approach using something called GPTs, which are customized chat GPTs, and they created 30,000 of them across their entire organization. That's not really how you'd want to do it anymore. Like now there's these things called skills. And so what I really encourage companies that are thinking about business process to focus on is bottom up individuals, what they're doing, figuring out how they could do it better or do the things they don't want to do using AI. And it becomes a kind of bottom up process, not a top down rejiggering your business process. The last thing is we're not talking about vibe coding. I will talk about that at the meetup, but it's becoming more and more of a topic because it's more and more accessible to everybody, right? Everybody's a maker. And that is becoming a really important thing. And we are going to be talking about it in the upcoming AI in-depth class, which is sort of like the follow-on to this. This is like AI 101. That's like AI 201. Like that's the next class in the series. So we will be talking about vibe coding in that. And this is an important point. So the real leaps in organizations in using AI are being made by the employees sort of organically, not these top-down AI strategies, right? And again, the key point is if you do a top-down strategy, by the time it lands with the people that actually are going to need to like be following that strategy, AI has changed so much that it's probably not the right strategy anymore. All right, so we've got 4 modules in this class, right? 2 today, 2 tomorrow. Each one is 30 minutes of me talking and 30 minutes of you trying the things out that we just talked about, which is what I'm calling the labs. They're basically these simple hands-on exercises. All right. So a lot of people view AI like this, right? It's like the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like there's this giant boulder that's going to crush you.